Hey, so today I'm going to show you how you can integrate Microsoft Project or Power Project or P6 files into nodes and links if you want to run a QS array or use nodes and links to analyze your plan. So we're going to go to integrations. We're going to head to schedule integrations. And you need to make sure that you go through the configuration of your report. So we're going to grab a site right now. I'm going to get a plan. So please remember to review these rules. It's really important as this will determine the result of your calendars once we export them. You then need to import your plan. I've already got a plan here, but all you need to do is click import plan. And as long as you are importing a XCR, a Microsoft project file, or an Power project file, it will import into EHAB. And then you need to assign categories. So you can do that with codes, manually categorizing. Again, there's another video that will help you do this, but this process is pretty quick. And once I've configured my report, then you want to go to the P6 export wizard. There's a video here that will explain how you integrate into P6. It's going to be very similar to this video, except this video will have a few more steps. So you want to select the link tasks to EHAB calendars, and you want to select project calendars. And then you just hit export project, and this is going to export an XCR file. What we're then going to do is go into P6, and I'm going to show you what to do if you are importing fresh, which is if you're doing Microsoft Project or Power Project, or if you're doing P6, which is to update an existing. So we'll head over to P6 now. So now that we've exported our XCR file from the P6 export section on EHAB, then the process for both Microsoft Project and for P6 for integrating into nodes and links is the same. So I can either update an existing project. So I've got a sample project in here, and that might be the project that I had pulled into EHAB, the original schedule, or I can just pull in the EHAB export straight away. So all I need to do is click File, Import. And if I'm updating, then I will do something slightly different to if I am importing. So I've got my original P6 file here, which is the P6 export from EHAB, and I did the linked calendars, project calendars version. So that's what I'm going to open. And then in this case, I'm going to create a new project. But you could also, of course, update an existing project. But in this case, I'm going to go through the process as if I'm doing it from Microsoft Project. So you need to make sure that you have an EPS selected or whatever of the files, file locations you want to import into. So if I was going to just import it completely fresh, then I would just click Next. If I'm updating, then I go to Modify, and I go to Calendars, and I go to Update Existing. I'm going to keep it as is for now. Click OK. Go Next. Finish. And we now have our new EHAB sample that we uploaded. And so let's just open that up, and we can go and quickly check if the calendars are all working and there. So I've got my activities, and what I can do is if I look at a particular activity, so I'm already selected an activity, and you can see here activity calendar, corporate standard full-time, EHAB weather, abandonment. So this is basically an EHAB weather calendar that has been added based on the thresholds that you set for abandonment. And there will be various calendars in here. So if I go to project, if I go to enterprise, calendars, then you can see there's a list here of all the calendar types that have been added. So asphalt, accommodation works, cladding, etc. And if I were to, for example, look at asphalt, modify, I can see that there are some down days, some exception days that have been added. So to import this into nodes and links, now what we need to do is click Tools, click Schedule, and just leave all of the defaults. And we're now going to schedule. So the end date will have changed. It will now be further to the right. And what I want to do then is export this file. So this is going to be my EHAB sample. I'm going to call it the same as I had that previous file. So the exported nodes and links file, I'm going to replace it, yes, and finish. So now we go over to nodes and links. I'm going to add a new project. This is going to be my baseline. So first we need to make sure that we add the original project. So version name, let's just call it 1, browse. So I'm going to bring in my P6 original linked calendars project, which has not been rescheduled. So it's just loading in here. Great, so we can see that we've got some data in here about when this project is going to finish. But I'm going to add a new project version, and we're going to call this the weather adjusted version. And now we're going to bring the exported nodes and links file in, which is the rescheduled P6 file. Now, without having run anything, we can see that there is a difference, a small difference in these two plans. I think there's a very small difference, but what I can do is I can go to schedule and paths, and then I can select any of the activities that are in my, so let's select this excavation activity. And this would just allow us to compare line by line, if we wish to, the change in the finish date of this particular milestone or activity. And this is before we've even run a QS array. So now that the data is in nodes and links, you can use all of the features in nodes and links to identify the variance and differences in these projects. And that's the best way to integrate EHAB data into nodes and links. Thanks for listening.